Please like, subscribe, and share. Welcome to Sky Life.
Good day, everybody. I hope all is well. I am back today to discuss the murder of King Von. I like to wait to do my videos because, to give the story time to unfold. And that's exactly what happened. And unfortunately, King Von was set up. The manager came out and explained what happened. And we're going to start with that. And then there's also another video footage that came out that gave us a clear view on what happened when King Von was murdered. So the manager reported that King Von did have security. He stated that he was riding with three armed security guards, paid security guards, and he was riding in a bulletproof truck. And he also had about 10 to 15 people with him in an entourage. And he said that's normally how King Von travels. So he's saying that night that they left the Club Opium, they were about 8 to 10 cars deep in the entourage, and that they were supposed to go back to the hotel. So the manager states that King Von changed the plan and he went to the other club while the rest of his entourage went back to the hotel. So it turns out that King Von and a couple of other guys, not necessarily by himself, they went to another club. That's where he was killed. So once they got to the club, one of the people that was in the car with Von called them and said, "Where are you guys at? We're up here by ourselves." So they immediately got the information as to where they were, and they came to meet them at the club. So they said once they got there that King Von was in the car with a couple of other people, and then he was just sitting in the car waiting. And he did state that King Von was not in his normal state of mind. He did make that clear. And he said right before Von got out of the car, one of Von's homies came to him and told him, "We seen so and so," and he was sleeping. So he said once that this guy came and told King Von that King Von jumped out the car recklessly and just started walking towards the club. So he said that before, well, let me stop there. Let me go back. He said that once the group met up with Von, the security officers did go, who were also paid security. They went into the club to verify that there was not a threat. Okay. And then they came out of the club and they put their guns in the car. Okay. So when King Von jumped out of the car, his security guards' guns were in the car. And he said only one other guy that was with King Von had a gun with him, one of his homies. So King Von jumps out the car. Okay. Security doesn't have their guns. Nobody has their guns because he jumped out so quick that they didn't even have time to prepare a plan for him to get into the club. So King Von just starts walking, and he said he didn't even know where dude was. He bumps into the Quando dude, and they just start fighting. And he said within 1.5 seconds, the guy they King Von started fighting with the guy. They were fighting, and then all of a sudden, the little Timmy dude came around and shot him. He said it happened in like 1.5 seconds, just that quick. And that's understandable because normally in the streets, when it goes down, it happens quick. Even when you're at a venue, I've been in multiple venues. I remember I was at Kennedy King one day, and we were watching a basketball game. Back in the day, they used to always have basketball games and stuff. So some guys came in there shooting, and it happened so quick. I mean, you have to already have a plan. Either you're gonna duck, you're gonna run, or I guess if you got a gun, you're gonna shoot back. Okay, so it happens when it goes down quick. So after King Von got shot, the manager stated that King Von was holding Quando as a shield because he did not know where the gunshots were coming from. So apparently, after the after little Timmy shot King Von, the police officer who was on the scene came and shot little Tim, and he stated that the police officer kept shooting continuously and uncontrollably. Okay, so people didn't know where the gunshots were coming from. So um once you do see in the video when one of King Von's homies hits the Quando dude to get him off of King Von, and then they take him to the hospital where he later dies. Now, the second video that came out, the other side of the club, new footage has came to light. I watched the footage, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel it went down. You can clearly see in the video King Von was walking towards the club. He did not see Quando. By the time he did see him, you could see as he's walking, Quando was walking towards him and deliberately, clearly walks right into King Von's face and has a stance like, "What's up?" King Von instantly put the fops on him. He put about a 20 piece on him, and all you see, it looks like everybody starts rushing Quando, and then you clearly see his brother get out the side of the car from the other side, and when he gets a clear shot of at King Von, he shoots him. So King Von jumps out the car. We know based on what the manager said, he jumps out the car, he's walking. He has no idea where Quando is. So he's walking, and then you see Quando walks directly into the path of King Von and stands there. Now, we don't know if he said anything, but clearly I believe he said something. And King Von just took off on him. So they started fighting, and I understand because the way it looks, King Von, those hits, they look hard and they came quick. So the little dude either was scared, but I believe truly it was a setup. Because the way, as soon as he started fighting, like maybe a few seconds later, this guy gets out the car and shoots. Now pay attention to where the car was. Quando's white truck was pulled up in front of the club, parked in what I say is not even a parking spot, where they parked there so they could see everybody that was walking in and out of that club. So King Von, and it's crazy because Quando actually had the ups on King Von because King Von did not see him. When King Von was walking, Quando directly walked into his path to make sure that he met up with King Von. And you know what's crazy? This Quando dude walks up on King Von, didn't have his dukes up, and then you get in a fighting stance. Now, I don't know, like, when I was growing up back in the day, like when people were about to fight, they might walk up on each other and be like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" And then they shoulders touch, and then they walking around in a circle, mean mugging each other, and bumping each other's shoulder, talking about, "So what's up? What's up? What's up?" So I don't know if this guy thought that was what was gonna happen because that ended back in the 90s. Okay, so if he didn't want to fight or any type of confrontation, why did he walk up on King Von and had a fighting stance? He basically, his body stance looked like he wanted to fight, period. And that's why I say it was a setup. So for everybody that's yelling self-defense, how could it possibly be self-defense when you are not in harm's way? You're sitting in the car, you're not even in the fight, and you see King Von and you just decide to get out of a car and shoot somebody and kill them, how was that self-defense? Also, I saw some pictures of King Von's autopsy photos. Now, you talk about disrespect. You talk about stop the violence. How disrespectful. How disrespectful. See, that lets you know clearly that he was in a foreign land and these people just completely disrespected his whole situation. Not only killed him, but they also leaked his autopsy photos. I mean, that just, I don't know what to say. But people want to yell out, stop the violence, stop the killing. What do you think? Please comment below. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure if you're not subscribed to my channel, you subscribe. Rest in peace to King Von. Pray for Chicago, everyone. Just pray for us. We've lost a lot of rappers this year. And really, I have to give a message to the youth and to the teens out there, actually to everyone of all ages. You really can't be a gangster and be a rapper. The two don't mix. You really have to pick one. Not to necessarily say that this situation would have went down any differently, because I truly believe the way the video went, I believe that any man that's confronted like that is going to fight. I believe that once King Von was confronted, he responded like any man would. So, could it have been avoidable? Yes, he could have walked away, but being a guy from the streets, that's not likely what was going to happen, and that's definitely not what happened. Also, go check out King Von's new album, Welcome to O Block. Also his song 3 a.m. It's hot. I've been listening to that. 3 a.m. You know what? King Von's storytelling ability and the fact that he actually rapped what he did in real life, he was on his way to having a career bigger than Tupac and Biggie. And it's sad that he lost his life so tragically.
All the people who watch our culture and be trying to call Chicago niggas bitches for all the shooting we doing and not. Y'all clearly seen folks was putting hands on that nigga, beating the fuck out of him. Like, beating his ass. Von a skinny nigga. He really put hands on him and you see what happened. So I just want everybody to look at this shit and understand Chicago's point of view from the culture. My first time ever getting shot at, it was from me breaking a nigga jaw. Niggas coming to my school every day trying to kill me over fist fights. My homie just got took out his glow over a fist fight. Just see where we coming from. Like, see where we coming from. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I have to say this, that this whole generation fucked up. Niggas can't take ass whoopings. Niggas get their ass beat. Nigga come blowing. If Nick folks and them would have been blowing from the jump, if that was what it was, folks use hands. So that's all I'm saying. I don't never want to hear niggas, Chicago niggas bitches. They can't fight. All they want to do is shoot. Come on, you just think that the folks won barely 160 pounds. Put them bitches on the nigga and his man's blue. Come on camera at that. Threw his life away. We lost folks, he throw his life away. You feel me? When they could have just took that ass whooping and been embarrassed on the internet, and it could have been going from there.